Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to our quiz review homework. So, hopefully, you've gotten a chance to read the Canvas, what was on there. But basically, this is going to be just a very quick video because it's only going to have two problems on it. Because we're really going to be focusing on what we did last week. I want to make sure that everyone actually understood. They didn't just copy what they were doing from Google Classroom. I want to be grading homework. I want to be checking in on every single student to see how you guys are doing. But just to make sure that you guys have memory of what we've been doing, we're going to go through it right now. So the first thing is completing the square. This was our topic before break, but it's very important now coming up. So I want to make sure everyone's still got it. So I'm doing problem 1B from the homework. So I've actually assigned 8 questions. 4 completing the square, and 4 graphing, just like we were doing last week. Now I'm going to do 2 of the problems now, and you're going to have to do 6 of them on your own and turn that in. So let's just see how that turns out. Here we go. So our first problem here, this 1B, is 10x plus 16 equals negative x squared. Here we go. Oh, by the way, if you don't know where this is on your Canvas. So if you need help accessing Canvas, please come by my WebEx hours. I'll help you get into Canvas and navigate it. I might even make a video on it. I haven't decided. Apparently one of the other teachers already made a video for it and posted it, but who knows who's actually watching these things? I have no idea. Anyways, here's my problem. And off to the side, it'll say complete the square. So this says complete the square. So complete the square. So in order to complete the square, there are a couple of steps that we did before break. Just want to remind you, for the first step, we had to move all the x's to one side and all the numbers to the other. And we wanted that x squared to be positive. So we're going to take this negative x squared, we're going to move it over there. So now it's going to be x squared plus 10x. So again, we took the negative and we move it to the left-hand side of the equal sign. It becomes a positive. And we're going to take that positive 16 and move it to the right-hand side. So again, all we did was do a little switcheroo. If you want to be adding any colors to yours on this one, you definitely can. Maybe you could do something like, hey, that negative x squared that moved over here and became a positive. And we could do something like this. Hey, this positive 16 that moved over to the right. And that became a negative right there. Anyways, so we did those things. Now, this is the off to the side step that we have to do. So we're going to take it off to the side. We're going to take this guy right here off to the side as our complete the square step. So in order to complete the square, what we do, as a reminder, we can go back to our notes for this if we need to. Go back, watch that previous video. Don't forget that's still an option. So we got a 10, take away the x. So take away x, divide by 2. So we did divided by 2, and then we squared it. Don't forget to put the star on what we divided by 2. This guy right here is what you're adding to both sides of the equation. So now we take this equation that we just had before, and we rewrite by adding on both sides. After you've done that, we're going to go ahead and rewrite this guy as a perfect square. It is a perfect square, and the thing that goes on the inside here is whatever you starred over there. So in this case, we started positive 5. Negative 16 and 25. Use a calculator if you need to, but that turns out to be 9. Continuing on, we did a whole lot of this in that last video. We split this into 2 separate questions. X plus 5 equals the square root of 9, and x plus 5 equals negative square root of 9. Continuing on, x plus 5 equals 3, x plus 5 equals negative 3. I forgot the negative sign there. Oh my gosh. And then gotta move that 5 to the other side, so that becomes 3 minus 5, which is negative 2. And this one becomes negative 3 minus 5, which is negative 8. So I have done one of the homework problems from that section. You need to do the other 3. But if you need help doing that, I'm available on my WebEx hours from 11 to 1 every single day. That's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for this particular assignment. But if you end up needing more time, I'm not supposed to be available Friday because it's supposed to be a day off for Good Friday, but I don't really care. I'll be here anyways, but I'm not going to be on at a specific time. You just got to tell me. You got to email and be like, hey, Mr. Richards, I need you to show up at this time on Friday, and then I will show up to help you out with these questions. So the next problem type as a review is the sketching and graphing. That's what we've been doing. So let's go ahead and do a sketching and graphing problem. So I'm going to do this one. I'm doing number 2C, which is h of x equals negative x minus 6 squared plus 25. And we got to graph this guy. So, as a reminder, the steps that we've been doing for a while, our first step is to identify what that vertex is. So, first of all, we have a frowny face parabola, and then this is going to be a positive 6 for the x value, and this one right here is a positive 25 for the y value of our vertex. So that was step 1, finding the vertex. Remember that vertex is the top or bottom point. After that, we need to find the zeros. So to find the zeros, we set the entire equation equal to 0. And I have like hair that will not stop bugging me. I really gotta get my hair cut, but that's not a possibility anymore because all the hair places are closed. So my hair's just gonna get longer and longer, and this little flip thing is gonna get worse and worse. And I don't know what I'm gonna do in a month from now. But maybe just chop my own hair off and make it look terrible, and just shave the whole thing. Maybe that should be a thing. Like everyone turns in their homework, so I have to shave my head. I don't. Well, I gave you that idea. All right, so negative x minus 6 quantity squared all the way to the left-hand side there. So what just happened there? We took what was negative, because this was negative, and we moved it to the left. And when we moved it to the left, it became positive. And this makes it so that what we're used to seeing. So we can take the square root of both sides like we've been doing for quite some time. Whenever you have something squared, to get rid of it, you take the square roots. Okay, bada bing, bada boom. Square root of 25 is 5, and then we got 5 plus 6, and x equals 11. And we got x equals, this was supposed to be a negative. I don't know why I forgot my negative sign. That's the second time I've done that. Negative 5, and we got to add the 6, and therefore x equals 1. But don't forget, these are coordinates now. This is 11, 0, and 1, 0. They are coordinates that we need to graph. So creating our graph up, grab that straight edge, whatever it is that you're using to create those straight lines. So here we go. And here you're going to use a little bit of thinking for what your tick marks are going to be. There's my x, there's my y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh boy, you guys couldn't even see what I was doing. What a sad time. We were just creating the graph that we've been creating for some time. Creating our tick marks, making the straight lines. I apologize for that not being there, but we've done it so many times. Now's the important part anyways, that we have to create the labeling for this thing. So creating the labeling, we need to go all the way to 25. We have this 6, 25 from earlier in the question. So we need to go all the way up to 25. So that makes sense to make these marking by 5. So we're going to make these guys count by 5. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, and that's a 25 up there. But these ones, I don't think we need to count by 5s on these ones, because if we counted by 5s, like, that'd be 5 and 10. Like, the 1 would be right there. It's kind of hard to see. But it does go up to 11. So maybe we should just add 1 extra tick mark and then count by 2s. That would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 11 would be right there. All right. So putting up these coordinates, we got 6, 25 up here, that vertex. If you notice, I'm doing this all in one color because I'm kind of assuming that you guys have seen it before. If you do need me to redo any of these in color, come by to my tutoring. I will definitely do it, whatever color you need. 2, 4, 6 up to 25 is right there. There's my vertex. Then we got 11 comma 0. 11 comma 0 is going to be smack dab right there. And then 1 comma 0 is going to be boom right there. And now we just need to connect our dots. Remember, we had that frowny face and that this was our vertex. That was our top point. We just got to kind of make it as curvy as we can. Remember that we want to do a checkpoint, so it looks like it kind of goes to like 0 comma like 3 maybe, the way that I did this. And who knows how accurate that is. Let's find out how accurate that was, or if I really need to change up where this line was actually going to make it prettier for myself. So to do that one more time, we're going to plug in 0 for x and see what y value we get. We're just making x equal to 0 from the original equation. So the original equation had this x here. We're making both of those x's 0. Simplifying. Negative 6 squared is positive 36. But you saw that negative out in front. Negative 36 plus 25 is negative 11. So it looks like my 3 right there was really the wrong idea. It really should have been more curved down. So it really should have went all the way down to negative 11 down here. So sometimes you want to do this check, beforehand, because that's technically wrong. It really should have gone down like that. However, again, I am going to be generous on this. I want to give you points. I don't want to have to sit too long grading this thing. I got like a, over 100 to grade. I'm going to be getting them all right at the same time, and I want to get them back ASAP. Let's get it done. Now, this is going to be the only video I'm making. Really, really short by comparison to what we've been doing. This one's only 11 minutes. My last one was 51 minutes. Hopefully that didn't overwhelm you. But the reason why is I want to give everyone a chance to catch up if you were behind. I had some people that still haven't even turned everything in. And if you are ready to go, I want you to be ready for this quiz. So, again, you're doing this homework assignment. When you're done with that homework assignment, you're going to take a picture, you're going to turn it in, and you're going to hopefully let me grade it. Because I can grade it, I can go in there and say, hey, boom, you got 100%, you got every single problem right, or hey, you need some help doing this one, or maybe you know that you need help, so you can come into WebEx tutoring. Then once you've turned in the homework and I've looked it over and told you, hey, you did a good job, and, kind of like giving you a stamp in class, like, hey, you did good, then you're going to move on to the second assignment. The second assignment this week, the second lesson, is a quiz. It's 4 questions long. You need to go ahead and get through both of the I have 2 questions of each type. 2 questions for complete the square and 2 questions for graphing on the quiz. And you just got to get through those, and you're supposed to do them on your own without help. If you get halfway through it and realize, hey, I don't know how to do it, that's when you maybe pause and you come to my tutoring so I can create new examples and go over them again with you. I really want everyone to be successful in this online thing. This is our first real graded thing, this homework assignment. I'm grading it. I'm not just going to be check marking, hey, you turned in some notes, great, awesome. I'm actually going to be looking at every single one. Does it look like you did the problem? Does it look like you did it right? For the quiz, it's going to be for real grading, like, an actual quiz. I will grade it as if you were in my classroom taking this quiz. Anyways, if you have more questions, come on by to my tutoring. Good luck and have a good one.